your head, I can hear them rolling round. You can say that you're above it, but you're always falling down. Is there a method to your madness? Is it all about pride? Seems everyone I know, they got a demon inside.
Hello and welcome. Before we start, a little disclaimer. I never wanted to make a video like that. However, after seeing how YouTube, and I mean the platform, not the users, treated my last two videos, I was kind of in awe. Awe about how blatantly different it treats content. I simply cannot just let this slide and be like, yay, so many people saw my video. In all honesty, it wasn't that good to be warranted this much attention, but here we are. So let's talk about what happened and lose ourselves in our thoughts trying to make sense of it all. First, what actually happened? Well, after trying a few different approaches in my videos, I thought maybe I should do that rant video about God of War from 2018 that I always kept turning in my head. The game got praise all around and I just couldn't understand how no one noticed its flaws. Anyway, if you want the full unscripted rant, you can watch the video itself. The problem with videos in general on YouTube is that if the almighty algorithm decides that your video is not interesting, it will only show it to a handful of people. And in order to gain traction, these few people not only have to watch the video in full, they also have to interact with it by either subscribing, leaving a comment, or giving it a thumbs up or down. This is easier if you are a well-known creator. But if you don't have that going for you and no one clicks on the video, well, you're simply shit out of luck. This is what happened with my God of War video. I got, at the time of this recording, 74 impressions total. It is at this point almost a month old. A small explanation, what do impressions mean? Every time the thumbnail of your video is shown to a user, no matter where or for how long, it counts as an impression. So 74 times has it been shown to users. I cannot say if it was the same user over and over or if it was 74 different people. The analytics are not very clear on that. Now comes the fun part. My Angela video in the first 24 hours had over 10,000 impressions. Not clicks, mind you, only impressions. It had, I think, 400 clicks by this point, but still, it started with 600 impressions in the first few hours where it only had like 20 views. So YouTube seems to be very aware that the topic I was discussing was considered to be quote-unquote controversial. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Anyhow, on the first day, the thumbnail of that video was shown around 10,000 times, which logically increases the chances that it is shown to people who will inevitably click on it. And keep in mind that I have a small channel with only a handful of subscribers, and I know at least half of the people myself. So what is YouTube doing here? Said on purpose, and then I realized something else. What if it's not only YouTube that pushes topics like that? What if the entertainment industry does the same thing? As an example, I want to look at the film industry and the latest Star Wars show, The Acolyte. No, I will not say anything about the show because I haven't seen it, simply because I do not have Disney+. Still, I know all the fuss around the show. The backlash and the defense of the creators. I don't even care about the show, let alone about the discussion around the show that has nothing to do with it itself. And here I am, knowing all about it because YouTube kept flooding my page with this content. Also, this was not the first time it happened. It was the same with the Rings of Power TV series that I also didn't watch, but as you can guess, here I am knowing all about the backlash and the defense and so on and so on and so on and so on. Where it didn't happen, for example, was with The Mandalorian. I have almost no insight into the show and what it is about, except that there is a Baby Yoda. The question now is this. Does YouTube voluntarily push videos with topics on the quote-unquote culture war, or is that simply what people are interested in? But most of this stuff happens in the good old USA, and I am not from there, so why again do I feel like I am pushed in the middle of this? Also, what if the entertainment industry knows that videos like that gain a lot of traction? What if they specifically push movies, TV shows, and/or games in that direction, that they would inevitably be pushed by YouTube's algorithm in this example? Because if it had not been for the fuss around The Acolyte, I wouldn't even know the show exists. So maybe, just maybe, the marketing divisions in those companies know exactly what gets the most attention and targets these topics specifically, which would mean that many people, now including me, have been baited into this. That in turn would mean, in order to stop this trend, we have to stop reacting to videos like that. Do not give them attention, do not comment, do not like or dislike. Just let it pass you, like a leaf on a river. You see it coming, you see it passing, and before you know it, you have lost all sight of it. For me, I will not make videos on topics like that again. It was a simple idea, a challenge if I could muster up a reason if and especially why a character should be displayed in a certain way. I will probably make a video on the Silent Hill 2 remake, but I will judge the game on its own merits. Well, not entirely. I will compare it extensively to the original, but in a different way, like I did it with God of War. So I hope you have not felt like you were baited into this video or the last one. But now let me hear what you think. Leave me a comment, give it a thumbs up or down, or even consider subscribing. I like to wrap my head around stuff like this, and I like to just, let ideas flow and see where they get me. On another note, thank you to everyone who commented on my last video. The discussion was mostly civilized, and I very much appreciate that, especially on a topic like that. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you in the next video.